Hello and welcome to The Great Cricketer, brought to you by ACO, India's leading digital insurance company. England won the toss. They thought, finally, some good news. We're going to have a stick. And Australia have won the day by a factor of about 50. We're going to talk about the highlight of the summer. You know you've seen it, and that won't be the last time you see MARNUS' dismissal. I feel like, well done on the memes, everyone, including TGC. Pez, you know, I suppose in many ways we should be thanking Virat Kohli. We should be thanking
in many ways
our lucky stars that were getting 5 Ashes Test matches. You know, it wasn't that long ago we were talking about are England never going to come, blah blah blah, and and now it's exciting, and England get to win a toss on a green seamer, and they're still shit.
Well, you did say that they won the toss and had a stick. I mean, some people mightn't have watched the game. It just feels nice to say have a stick out the side of your mouth that had a bowl. But
sorry, they had a bowl.
Yeah, no. It just rolls off the tongue better to say it that way. Anyway, I'm with you in many ways. I mean, they may as well have had a stick. 3 for 12, and we're sort of going, mate, Hobart will never get a test again. This fucking radioactive green pitch, unprepared. Then 6 for 241 into the day's play. Love the variety in the Australian decks this summer. Something in it for everyone. If you're good enough, you'll make it. You'll score runs.
Yeah.
That part of it was good. But mate, it was a very interesting day's play. Or it was good cricket all day in that something was happening. Like, mate, they only got 58 overs in. They scored more runs and took more wickets that day than they did in a whole day's played Adelaide for the corresponding pink ball game. So it was strange. I just thought it had a real last week of school energy about it. It's just Broad's falling on his face first ball. Marnus is getting out that way. Marnus is walking at guys, hitting them over mid wicket. With balls that are seeming a metre. And I was here for it because my team did better on the day.
So we're talking here about the first thing, which is it'll do a bit early. The ball that Robinson bowled to Khawaja early doors. First of all, the real winner of this test match is Marcus Harris, who I think should now get a go. He should get a go batting 5. He's been
playing well in domestic cricket.
That's right. That's right. Robinson bowled the ball to Khawaja, decked about a metre, and everyone starts laughing. That's when you know it's a bit how you're going. But if you're good enough. I think that I've not seen a wicket in Australia that was the most 130 all out wicket. We don't really have England have and parts of Asia have 70 all out wickets, 60 all out, absurd scores. Australia have at 130 is about our absurd score, 120.
Adelaide,
I don't remember one
36.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean I can't remember one as silly as this as I think it was the last Hobart test against South Africa where we had a review into our entire ecosystem.
Nature ecosystem.
That's right. After South Africa bowled us out for 85, that was a Callum Ferguson run-out game, and we brought in all these guys, and they changed the entire squad and stuff. That was 85 all that. Then they bowled us out for 160 as well. They beat us by an innings, South Africa. But this wicket looked to me just it was 4 wickets at the dinner break. I think it was a 4. Yeah, Marnus was out just before, so it's 4 wickets. That to me looked like a 7-8 wicket session. It was fucking moving for days.
Too much in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, yeah. And you texted me yesterday. Australia was on about 70. We got 50 too many here already. Yeah, I mean there was one that went past Khawaja that was a joke. It was unbelievable how much it went past, how much it screamed past him. I'm going to get on to head in a second. It's also why I thought I just want to complain. So firstly, I was really enjoying Marnus Labuschagne's innings in those circumstances, to play like that. His batting was just extraordinary. The tactical decision was bang on. The execution was excellent. Being able to walk at guys and hit the ball across the line through mid wicket was exceptional. Obviously, that will be completely forgotten following his dismissal, which was strange. He didn't just slip. He was sort of doing a ballerina pirouette. His leg was that far across. But I just want to complain about Broad's carry on following that wicket, if that's possible. Pull me up if that's wrong. Maybe it's muck up day, last day of school, so Broad's just doing his thing. He's carrying his own demons about not being selected. But mate, this is an uncovered deck, radioactive green, as I said. Mate, you've slipped one past him. after the damage is kind of done, and like he's taken off like he's won the World Cup. He's a great bowler, Broad, and there's a lot of people who know him who'll say, "No, you need to understand him." Okay, fair enough. Don't know the bloke. I'm sure if he came on the show, it'd be lovely and everything, and you know, you never hate anyone whose story you know, but like. You can't convince me he doesn't think he's like the edgiest, like Lord of the Manor, you know, with like the celeb appeals and the ostentatious celebrations. Like they were 3 for 12. Labuschagne got Australia back into the match. The counter attack had started. He fucked up. Like it was obviously a plan to try and go around his legs. Okay, but like mate, it's. I understand that at Trent Bridge. You know, 8 for Ashes on the line. But, mate, it's 3-0.
Yeah.
Like, Marnus is just taking you down on a wicket where you should have 8 for. It was worse than Trent Bridge. It's
Australia might not bat against.
Mate, exactly. Like, the wicket's worse than my backyard. It's a pink ball. Lights are taking effect. It's wet. Exactly. And this bloke ends the day 2 for 50 with all of those conditions. Like, I'm just like, mate, settle down, championship. Seriously. At 3-0. You know.
Yeah.
So I went on a little bit there, but I was a bit like, mate, Ollie Robinson was giving Steve Smith eyes, getting him. Like, it's like, mate, try and bowl 2 spells, brother. Like, like seriously, bowl 2 spells before you give someone eyes on a fucking. You're bowling underwater. Sorry. Hey. Duality. Good bowlers. Good bowlers.
In 15 minutes.
These guys are so desperate to like assert a superiority that left them a long time ago. You know, they'll give us all of that stuff in England, and it'll be deserved and everything. But I thought it was weak. Thought it was weak shit.
Yeah. Since Thatcher. Yeah, Ollie Robinson, mate. In 15 minutes, you're going to be bowling a ball that's 112 k's an hour. Just fucking cool your jets.
Cool
there.
your jets.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's like it's the Broad's reaction is just like, I cannot believe that I have outskilled this guy on this particular occasion. This is unbelievable. It's like, mate, the pitch is a lettuce. All right,
exactly.
And yeah, I don't know what else to make about like Marnus's dismissal is just funny. There's no like, oh, what's the punchline here? No, just look at it. That's the like or maybe I'm not funny enough. I don't know. Probably that. Also, nice to see Joe Root bowling some offies. Just stump to stump after 32 overs on a green seamer. So more good stuff there. It's all going pretty well. I didn't think it could get worse for England. This is their worst performance so far.
Mate,
number 2.
Seriously, it's 3 for 12. And sorry, it's 3 for 12, and you think Australia is seriously cooked here. The Premier has to stand down. They'll never get a game here again. Only England could manage to themselves be cooked 60 minutes later after that situation. It's basically home conditions. Guys giving you eyes, sprinting off with the fucking aeroplanes. Get out of here. Sorry.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I've defended Joe Root because I think it'd be unfair if he lost the captaincy because of this team. But I tell you what, I don't know what was going through his brain. It was like, now, what would Australia not want right now? I reckon it'd be me for a bit. Just me for an hour or so.
Also, I don't think we need Anderson for this.
No, I don't think so. Oh, pink ball? No, I wouldn't have thought so. No, cool your Jets. They fucked it again, England. All right, number 2, Heady. 101 of 113. His 4th Test century, 2nd of the series. Absolutely unbelievable batting on a different pitch. It reminded me so much of Rishabh's innings in South Africa where like the team got bowled out for 198 in the 3rd innings there in Cape Town. He's just smacked 100. He's running down the pitch. We've not seen a counter-attack like this, I don't think, for a little while. I mean, Head scored pretty quickly in Brisbane as well, and pretty quickly. I think it was a record-breaking Ashes 100. But it was fucking counter-attack at its best on a ridiculous pitch that just fried England's brain completely. Mate, some of these slaps through the offside, orgasm-inducing. I'm just fucking quivering in my seat here.
Mate.
Yeah, so good.
Mate, eyes rolling to the back of my head with some of those lashed cover drives and square drives. Like, it's almost like he's playing across the line through the offside. Like, he manages to extract the maximal biomechanic potential from his body, like to curl it and unfurl it as he crashes the ball like forward of point. Like that's the shot of all shots for me. Like you know, and there's 2 types of cover drives. Like you got your purest Kohli cover drive, then you've got your head lash. You know, LeBron versus Jordan stuff. Just enjoy them both. Jordan though. You know, like, mate, this was a special innings again. Is this mediocre bowling? Is this the mediocre scenario that Ian Chappell was talking about? I don't think so. Like, either the openers were ordinary and Head cashed in on a flatty, or it was really difficult where David Warner hits 0 off 22 balls and Head was just out of this world. Like, you can't have both. It was obviously the latter. And, you know, the purists among us are very quiet this morning. I mean, just because we don't have anyone to talk to, but like you're meant, like on green seamers like this, you know, we're taught to be tough and to leave the ball and to be compact, make them bowl to you, be absolutely, you know, precise in your defensive technique, wait for the sun to come out. The bowling they'll get tired, then you cash in. And like, you know, you protect your stumps like, you know, it's your last calamari ring that your brothers and sisters are hovering over, you know, at the pub. Mum, dad still together and stuff. But like, this was a very modern innings. Like, this was a guy who came out and just went, you know, trust my eye, trust my game plan. Like, you know, the Gen Y approach, like, which can be so infuriating. Like, you know, this is who I am and I do things my way. But hey, like, mate, he did it. Like, he just came out and played his game. And it was like he was playing a different game. Sensational.
It takes some fucking serious balls to play like that as well. In the context of Khawaja going back-to-back hundreds, Pat Cummins has said that they've really liked how Harris has gone. You just can't leave a guy who's got double hundreds in a game. So Head's got a bit of pressure there. He's upset that he's missed out. He feels like he's in good form. It's a green seamer. And if he slashes at one of those and nicks off, it's a mark against him. Like, people, because he gets out like that a lot, like in his test career so far. And if he slashes at one, you'd be like, well, is he the mature guy that we need? Maybe Khawaja is the right answer. And instead, he just fucking executes and scores pretty much the most perfect 100 in this series. The game is gone in my eyes. I don't think England aren't scoring these runs on this deck unless it really flattens out. And then to tap it, to sort of sum it all up and round it all off, he gets out by throwing one to mid-on after he scores 100. It's fucking perfect. It's actually perfect.
Literally the ball after his 100. I've done my bit here.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. like it is. It's something aesthetic about that. There's something a bit Mark War-ish in the sense that like it's sort of, you know, mate, it's like rock and roll. Like, mate, I'm going to play a 50-minute set, but everyone's going to want to fucking kill themselves, like, because they've seen the fucking ecstasy and the potential of human life in that show. You know, like, he's like, mate, I've got my 100. Show's over. I'm off. No encore.
Yeah. No. All right. Third thing, Pez. Is Green our best player since Ponting? Now, I'm referring to an article that was written by a friend of the show, Pete Lawler, asking if Cameron Green is our new god back from 2020. He scored 74 off 109. In this article, I read it again this morning. It's sort of been recirculated on the interwebs this morning. If I read a quote here, this is a serious player. This is a special player, Greg Chappell told The Australian. He's the best young player I've seen since Ricky Ponting. He's our next superstar. I've been telling anyone who will listen for a couple of years now. I saw him hit a couple of shots when he was 17 one day, and it was obvious he was a batsman. You just have to pick him now because he breaks his back and he can't play. My greatest fear about him is that everyone gets excited about his bowling, and the kid can bowl. He's a rare talent there as well. But you know that if he bowls 20 to 30 overs a game for Western Australia, he will break. Well, Greg Chappell was fucking bang on. They're sort of curtailing his overs. He never bowls more than sort of 8-9 overs in an innings. But his batting, such a confidence guy. He looks way more still. His head's in the right position. He's getting that big front dog out of the way. Hits a clean ball. And lots of people talking about on commentary and just generally that this is the coming of age of a serious cricketer for Australia for probably 10, 15 years. It's pretty good.
Yeah, man. I don't rate the hype. Like, as in, I don't rate people hyping him like this. He's obviously there's obviously so much potential there in Cam Green. Like, just because of the fucking the weaponry on it, you know. It is made in a lab. Again, it's more lab stuff. Like with
lab shit.
It's lab shit with Cam Green, and we sort of our mouths water, and he's the like particularly with all-rounders, because for various like social and cultural reasons, all-rounders struggle in Australia a bit, and the main reason all-rounders struggle in Australia is because of expectation like this. Like he's made 74 on a hard wicket, on like a difficult wicket, that is, and that's great. He's our number 6. He's he's allowed to score runs. Our number 6 should be scoring some runs. That's good. Like I don't understand like the need to say he's the best since Ponting. I mean, firstly, Ponting wasn't an all-rounder, and secondly, like, I mean, he's not the best bat since Ponting, like Steve Smith is. I mean, look, like how many fucking hundreds has the bloke got? This bloke doesn't have 100 yet, and he doesn't need one yet. He doesn't need all of this shit. Like Greg Chappell's. I mean, this is from 2020. He was doing a whole thing. Like, I mean, he had a great interview on our show, but like, Greg Chappell's got this real like futurist kind of vibe to him. Like he wants to be the player whisperer. It's just like he's trying to kind of compensate for a lot of the a lot of the fury from people about the way he restructured Australian cricket to basically get rid of old coats, which other people did as well. And so he's always really keen to make big pronouncements about who can play and who can't. And he includes himself in those examples there. Like, we all came in a bit early, all of the legends, all of the really talented guys like me. Like, there's just something about it.
I like it.
A little bit how you're going. But, mate, I'm really happy to see Cameron Green score runs, for sure. Like, I still think he looks a bit ball machiney, and he's got 3-2s to Asia and, like, coming up, and things are going to go up and down, I'd imagine, because cricket's fucking hard. There's so few bats that, like, don't go through a little slump, especially early in their career as they're trying to work things out. I just don't think he needs all of the, like, he's going to be this, he's going to be that, because, it's the bigger you are, the harder you fall, literally for him, like, figuratively and literally for him.
Mate, I completely agree. I think he's going to get more runs, wickets, and catches than Callis. I completely agree with what you're saying. Hashtag us.
And you know what? If he doesn't, he'll have failed.
That's right. That's right. Hashtag AskTGC brought to you by ACO. Porus Meta, hi at the Great Cricketer, or hashtag AskTGC. I have a simple question. How many times in a day does Sam Perry wish his mate Ian Higgins were married with kids? 1 million, maybe?
And then there's like 6 laugh emojis. So,
Pez, how many times a day do you wish that I was married with kids?
I mean, like I've actually put, so you included this question, just to fourth wall this, and I've been thinking about it because often when there's a question, that where you mightn't understand the driver of it initially, then there's something behind it. It takes one to know one. There's no such thing as a joke. And I'm like, what's the principle behind this joke? And I'm like, no, don't ask that, because then it looks like you're getting defensive about it. But is the driver that I talk about having a wife and kids a lot or something, or I can't really recall, like,
I think
just
so.
Expressing any wish that you settled down and had children. Like, I'm not Alex Ferguson, to you, saying that you should have kids, like, to his players so that they don't get on the circuit. In fact, I quite enjoy his circus stories and living vicariously, and I quite enjoy the sort of volume of DMs you get and, that kind of gear. So I really, I mean, and also if you were married with kids, you wouldn't be able to do as much editing work as you do on this show. So, I mean, I actually would suffer.
It's actually negative.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine your kids would be good looking. I do like kids, like I like to, be around.
You like good looking kids?
A man saying I like kids, There you go. That's one of the problems with society. Well, this has been a good question. Pez likes kids. That's interesting.
Porus got us. He got us.
Yeah.
He got us. I saw that and I was like, I don't know what this question means. I don't know if it means like if he wants us to hang out more because then our kids will be the same age. I think we like go to school together and it could be a whole thing. I don't know. We spend a lot of time together.
Oh, yeah. A million times.
I just more time
wish
together.
He was married. Oh, why would I wish a friend was married? Like, I'm not like a Hillsong Christian or something. Like, listen, I think you need to get married before you start fornicating. It's what the Bible says. I just, none of that. Just can't say I have those wishes. Unless you want that, brother.
Yeah. Then, fill your boots.
Fill your boots with
marriage and kids.
Fill your boots with kids.
Thanks as ever, guys, for watching TGC. And thanks for those who watched the stream last night. Thanks to the guys on Patreon. And we'll be back tonight for day 2 of the Ashes Test match. See you then. Cheers.